In this episode, we're going to explore the key to successful house hunting over a glass of Pepper Jack. Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Wine and House Talk. My name's Andy Pater, of course, and in this week's episode, we're going to take a look at the key to successful house hunting. So surviving inspections, walking through display villages, talking to land agents, everything. But because it is Wine and House Talk, we're going to talk about a beverage to start. And in this week's episode is pretty much everyone's favourite. It's a bottle of Pepper Jack. Now, every party I go to, everyone always buys a bottle of Pepper Jack. And I think the reason for that is it's just a bit of a staple of wine. But I haven't had a glass in quite a while. I like to try experimental wines. Yeah, this is a bit like a fat yak is to beer. Smells really good. Yeah, no, that's really good. I see why everyone likes that. It's a really bright flavour. It's a nice big Shiraz. This one is a 2014. It's 5 years old. That's actually decent for $24. I think so anyway. And I think everyone's right. You really can't go wrong with a bottle of Pepper Jack, bringing it over. Most people like it. Now, I should explain the reason why I do that. It's not because I think I'm good. The reason that you do that is a big part of the way you taste wine is through smell, believe it or not. And when you do that, what you're doing is breaking the surface tension on the wine and letting the vapors go up the glass. So that's why wine glasses are shaped in that way. It's to capture the vapors. So if you give it a little swirl like that and then give it a smell, you are supposed to also oxygenate it, but I'm not going to do that on camera because that's disgusting. But that's a big part of the way that you're supposed to taste wine, and it just means that it's a more whole flavour. But we're going to jump into today's topic, and again, I am going to refer to my phone. There are a few points that we need to get through. So step number 1 of surviving house hunting is you need to think. So you need to think about the specifics of what it is that you need. Budget, commute, if that's important. You need to think about where you're commuting to and how many people are going to be living in the home. Step number 2 is jumping on the Google machine. So you don't even have to leave the house to house hunt anymore. Jump on the REA, jump on even Google Images to get some ideas of facades that you might like. It's a really good step in clarifying what you're looking for. I have a lot of clients coming through my office and they're often day one and they haven't done any research. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but if it was me, I'd be looking to add clarity so that when I talk to a salesperson, I know what I'm talking about and I know what I'm looking for and I'm not being sold on something, if that makes sense. Now, step number 3 is thinking about your time frame. So your time frame is really going to impact what you look for. So if you're looking for something that settles in 2 years, something like a block of land that's maybe 12 months off being titled, and building a home that takes anywhere from 6 to 9 months depending on the builder, and whether you go for a single or a double story, that might be an option. Or a townhouse. They often, the way they work is you pop down 10% and then the balance is on completion. And completion often takes anywhere from 18 to 36 months, as I mentioned in another episode. Now, step number 4 is to check your wallet. So have an understanding of how much that you can spend. So there's no point in looking for a property and deciding you want to spend about $750,000 when really you have only been approved for about $400,000. It's a huge step, and a lot of sales guys will ask you your budget, and if you know it, it means that you can move through the process with less friction, which is really good. You're going to be happier. Now, step number 5 is to shop. So you've done all your research now, and I guess you need to work out what it is you're looking for. And when you're out there shopping, have a list of questions from your research that you've already done that you want to ask. So typically builders won't have your dream home on display, but they'll have a book full of plans that they'll be able to modify or get close to build exactly what you're looking for. So make sure you've got an idea already of what you want. And again, it's just going to streamline the whole process. Now, step number 6 sounds silly, but I think it's really important. And it's quite basic. Pack water and take notes. Again, sounds really silly, but dehydration causes anxiety and aggression. And if you're out with your partner and you get dehydrated, you're just going to get angry and it's just going to ruin the whole process. I've seen so many people walk through my display and they've got dehydrated kids and a dehydrated husband and they're just getting frustrated. Pack water and take notes. Now the notes are there, so that night over a glass of Pepper Jack, you can unpack everything you've seen. Notes don't necessarily mean taking notes on your phone. It can also be photos. Photos are really helpful. You see a pattern of tile that you really like, catalog it. Even if you don't end up going with it, photos don't cost anything. Now, step number 7 is agent interaction. So I'd actually advise you to chat with the agent. I know it probably goes against what your initial reaction would be. Get in and get out as quick as you can, but ask them the tough questions. Work out what you want. Their job is to make you happy. At the end of the day, they want a sale and they understand that if you like the product, you'll buy. If you don't like the product, you're probably not going to buy. So if you go in there and ask them the tough questions, they're probably going to be able to help you. Again, if you don't have a conveyancer or a broker, ask them. They might be able to get you a good deal or a cool $1,000 voucher at the colour studio or something like that. Good agents always have something up their sleeve with their referral partners. Take advantage of it. Ask the question. Step 10. Try and enjoy the process. It's really exciting. It's probably your first home. Maybe it's your second home, but no doubt it's the most expensive thing that you've purchased to this date. Well, that's it from me. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my Pepper Jack. If you've enjoyed it, like it. If you have any feedback, comment. And again, if you really have enjoyed it, please subscribe, share it to someone. If you're a parent and your kid's about to buy a home, share it with them. They might get some value out of it. But that's it from me. Until next time, thank you so much, and enjoy your glass of wine as well.